You're listening to The Jacob Valk Show. He's breaking down the latest and greatest in sports as only he can. Follow him on Twitter at RealJacobValk. Here he is, Jacob Valk.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to a special Yankees episode of the Jacob Valk Show. I am Jacob Valk. As you know, you get these every week. And boy, oh boy, has this week been great for the Yankees. After getting off to a rocky start with having their first 2 games postponed through no fault of their own, they win 5 straight. They beat the Orioles twice, once in dramatic fashion. Aaron Judge with the big 9th inning home run. And then they faced Boston in a 3-game set. I don't care what the circumstances are. If you're the Yankees, you always want to beat the Red Sox. And boy, oh boy, did the Yankees beat them. They hammered him into the ground. Jordan Montgomery killed him on Friday. Nick Nelson comes out of nowhere to pitch 3 big innings on Saturday. And then yesterday, Judge hits the big 3-run homer in the 8th to, in essence, ice the game for the Yankees. I mean, Judge has been insane. He's been the MVP, not just for the Yankees, but for Major League Baseball through the first however many days of this ridiculous season. All is right in Yankee land. Even Tommy Kahnle being out, I really can't get upset about because the Yankees are going to have Aroldis Chapman back soon. They're probably going to have Luis Cessa back soon. Their bullpen is fine. I mean, I'm not the biggest Cessa fan in the world, but having him back and seeing him pitch over guys like Krisky and King is going to be a much better sight. But the Yankees are treading on an issue. And it's an issue that really isn't an issue. It's the best problem to have in sports, but it's still something that should be mentioned. They've got a bunch of players vying for playing time and just not enough spots in the lineup. I mean, you take a look at the guys who realistically are quality starters in the majors. I'll just rattle through them really fast. Judge, LeMahieu, Stanton, Torres, Urshela, Voit, Sanchez, Gardner, Hicks, Tauchman, Andujar, Ford. You've got a dozen guys there and only 9 spots in the lineup. And the thing is, if you're Aaron Boone and you start Andujar in left like he did yesterday, and Andujar has a garbage game where he makes a boneheaded error that just proves he shouldn't be in the outfield, and he ends up going 0 for 3, you're gonna get second guessed. And you keep putting Aaron Hicks in the lineup. You have him hitting 5th. Why is Aaron Hicks hitting 5th? Hicks is hitting 158. I don't give a damn if he gets walks. Batting average is more important than on-base percentage. Get hits. I mean, if you wanted to have Hicks leading off, I could live with it. Lower down in the lineup, I can live with it. Not 5th. I mean, you've got a bunch of guys who need playing time and just not enough spots. I didn't even mention Clint Frazier. And Clint Frazier was trending yesterday because he was getting killed for making the error on Sunday Night Baseball against the Red Sox. It gets him killed among Yankee fans and the Yankee organization. Andujar does the same thing. But Andujar is still liked and Frazier isn't. The Frazier supporters are saying, isn't that a double standard? And they have a legitimate argument. I don't know how this situation is gonna unfold. The one thing I'll say is, we're only 8 games into the season. Alright, I understand that it's only 60 games. There's not a lot of time to sort things out. But we still have a little bit of time to see big injuries happen. You saw it with Canely. Anyone can get hurt at any given moment, and then the issue resolves itself. I'm not going too crazy about the Yankee outfield yet. The one thing I'll say is, in a perfect world, I'd see Tauchman in left, Hicks in center, Judge in right, and Stanton DHing. I know that leaves Andujar without a lineup spot, but I don't think he can play left. I don't think there's enough time to get him properly acclimated there. I think it has to be Tauchman. If you want to try it again next year, when you have more time, okay, I can be talked into that. But not in a crazy, shortened spring training and summer training. That won't work. If you wanted to do something like Andujar in left, Tauchman in center, I could be talked into that. But I don't see the Yankees giving up on Hicks. They like Hicks. I don't. So it's not even worth really considering. What is worth considering is what the Yankees are going to do regarding Gary Sanchez. Now, I like Sanchez. I still think Sanchez is one of the best catchers in baseball. I understand he's gotten off to an atrocious start. He's hitting .091. In 22 at-bats, he only has 2 hits. I get that. And yeah, his defense still leaves something to be desired. It's not as bad as it was, but no one's going to be mistaking him for Jose Molina anytime soon. But the thing is, the Yankees kinda have their hands tied with Sanchez. If he doesn't play, Kyle Higashioka is playing. I got news for you. Kyle Higashioka is not that good. Yeah, he had some nice moments where he didn't have a hit all year, and then his first hit is a home run. I get that, but this guy, in his 4 seasons in the majors, has hit .158 with 6 homers and 17 RBIs. Sanchez can hit 6 home runs and get 17 RBIs in a month. Forget 4 years. A month he could do it. Yeah, I'd like Sanchez to get his head screwed on straight. I know it's tough to watch him flail at pitches that he has no business swinging at. I mean, he's not even putting up good at-bats. I get that. It's tough to defend him sometimes. But realistically, if you were starting a baseball team from scratch tomorrow, how many catchers would you take before Gary Sanchez? I can think of 2 of them off the top of my head. JT Realmuto, and if you want to get crazy, Adley Rutschman from the Orioles. The really highly thought of prospect. You want to tell me Christian Vasquez because he's gotten off to a great start? And he had a really good year last year? You can make that argument. Even if I grant you Vasquez, that's 3. And one of them hasn't played a game in the majors. The Yankees have to stick with Sanchez. They don't have another choice. The Yankees are better with Gary Sanchez in the lineup than Kyle Higashioka. If they had another catcher that could go in there and hit 260 and play good defense, not hit a lot of home runs, but just be a consistent hitter, okay. But the Yankees don't have that, and they're not going to get that anytime soon. The Yankees have to stick with Sanchez, and they have to hope that he can turn it around. And I think he can. Alright, that's going to do it for today. Regular episode of the Jacob Valk Show coming tomorrow at 12 p.m. That is noon Eastern Time. You'll also get another one of these next week. You'll get these every week. You know the drill. Until next time, I am Jacob Valk saying that Jim Palmer had you 0-2 before you ever got into the batter's box.